So, Stream ist gestartet. Also für alle, die jetzt im VOD zusehen, erstmal hallo, herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde Let's Play Steins. Und ja, ich weiß, es ist lange her. Es ist lange her. Kann ich schlecht was anderes behaupten. Aber, naja, ich persönlich bin mal gespannt. Wobei, was heißt, ich bin gespannt? Ich weiß ja, wie es weitergeht. Es ist einfach eine ganze Menge Scheiße in der letzten Zeit passiert. Ich werde jetzt nicht genau ins Detail gehen, aber ich kann einfach mal sagen, die letzten Wochen waren für mich echt nicht schön. Ich habe es hingekriegt, weiter normal YouTube-Videos rauszuhauen, aber gestreamt habe ich dann halt in der Zeit nicht wirklich. Aber das habt ihr ja gemerkt. Zumindest die tatsächlich dieses Projekt hier verfolgen. Falls dann irgendjemand jetzt doch noch einschalten sollte, erstmal hallo und also häufig ist es ja so, dass ich eigentlich bei diesen Streams nur Quatsch und eigentlich nicht wirklich Publikum habe. Ist aber auch okay. Also man kann jederzeit schreiben, wenn man jetzt gerade doch sich diesen Stream ansehen sollte. Und für die im VOD, ihr könnt natürlich auch Kommentare da lassen. Ich lese alles und ich versuche auch Fragen grundsätzlich zu beantworten, wenn möglich. Ist jetzt nicht so, dass ich so eine riesen Zuschauerschaft hätte. Wobei, seit 4 angefangen hat, habe ich wieder einiges an Abonnenten dazu gewonnen. Was heißt einiges? Einiges für meine Verhältnisse. Aber trotzdem, ich bin erstmal sehr froh darüber und Thea 2 kommt überraschend gut an. Also dafür, dass das wirklich ein so minimalistisches und simples Spiel ist, ich verstehe es nicht. Also ich mag das Spiel ja auch, aber Leute sehen mir dabei irgendwie gerne zu, habe ich das Gefühl. Zumindest lieber als beispielsweise bei The Council. Was ja immerhin noch eine interessante Geschichte ist. Mit einem sehr eigentümlichen Look, aber ja, ist halt ein Indie-Titel eigentlich. Oder zumindest nicht Indie, aber quasi über Fördergelder finanziert und eigentlich kein so Riesenteam. Gut, wie sieht's bei Steins Gate aus? Wir sind hier gerade bei Moeka und müssen irgendwie an ihr Handy kommen. Die Frage ist, wie? Und naja, Chorizo hat gesagt, dadurch, dass du ja sowieso alles ungeschehen machst, kannst du dir auch die Option offen halten, sie im Zweifelsfall umzubringen. Ist nicht die die liebste Weise, man könnte sagen, es ist nicht die feine englische Art. Aber was will man da machen? Sie krallt sich auf jeden Fall an dieses Handy wie eine Wahnsinnige, was bei ihrem psychischen Zustand auch relativ passend ist, wenn man es mal genau nimmt. Aber ja, ich würde sagen, ich mache jetzt einfach mal weiter. Moeka's still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Chorizo said. Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live. It's my choice, my responsibility. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kurisu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. No! Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. The glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. With my other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. But at the last moment, I hesitate. Damn. What happened to killing her if I have to? I know I passed the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it would stay my hand almost like instinct. Ich möchte kurz sagen, es gibt Situationen, in denen ist das angemessen. Jetzt nicht im Haushalt, aber sowas hier. Naja, egal. So instead I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck and squeeze. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her legs under my own. I squeeze harder. My fingers dig into her throat. She struggles for breath. I feel her throat moving as she gasps for air. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes. Now I have your attention. Moika's under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moika's hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck? Give me your phone. Ich möchte dazu kurz sagen, im Zweifel kann man auch jemanden zur Ohnmacht würgen. Man muss jemanden damit nicht umbringen. Sobald die Person schlaff wird, loslassen, dann geht's in der Regel, auch ohne bleibende Schäden. Man sollte es aber eigentlich nicht, wenn es nicht nötig ist. Es gibt jetzt zum Beispiel Leute, die stehen auf Breathplay und sowas. Wer jetzt nicht weiß, was das ist, googelt es nicht unbedingt. Jedenfalls, was ich sagen wollte, beim Würgen sollten Leute das aus welchem Grund auch immer machen. Und es ist jetzt nicht zur Selbstverteidigung. Wirkt niemals so lange, dass jemand wirklich zusammensackt. In diesem Fall würde ich sagen, das Effektivste wäre tatsächlich weiter die Hand am Hals zu behalten und einfach so zuzudrücken, dass sie irgendwann zusammensackt. Dann hätte man das Handy sehr schnell. Aber okay, weiter im Text. Dramatische Situation. Mal eben unterbrochen durch eine blöde Erklärung von mir. Moika weakly shakes her head. If you don't, I'll kill you. I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with the time leap machine. It'll be the perfect crime, one that never happened. But still, do I really have it in me to murder someone? I don't know, but I have to try. Hand it over or I'll kill you. No words leave Moika's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I remove my hand from her neck, then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in a guillotine choke. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. I slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this. I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Moika is readying another headbutt. I put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. Moika's face twists in pain and she struggles... Natürlich, jetzt verlese ich mich wieder. And she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder. Moika writhes in pain. Tears fall from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As her resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moika's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. I quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but still she reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I look at the screen. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I clear the text and start typing a new mail. But her phone's different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Startled, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. I quickly run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight onto it so she can't open it from the inside. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have her phone. Now I just need to pretend to be Moeka and send the cancellation email. Moeka's changes to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. The IBN 5100 will come back to me. And then we'll hack into CERN. Mission complete. Fate won't have Mairi this time. Victory will be mine. This is Maki-san. Get ready for a D-mail. Okay, but what's that noise? I'm having a little trouble here. So you didn't kill her. Good job. I tell her Moeka's address. It's ready. At Mairi? Still here. She's at the Brown Tube workshop trying to get the manager to turn on the CRT. You didn't tell her anything, did you? About her death? Of course not. Good. Don't hang up yet. I put my phone down and resume typing into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. I wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. Scheiß Wort. Lover's quarrel. So. In the mail I write, model change, do it now, before sold out. Moeka's D-mail said, don't change models. The desire for limited edition, hard-to-find products is hard-coded with into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder. And now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send the email. I'll never forgive you, Moeka. But at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. I press send. No vertigo, no dizziness, nothing. Reading Steiner didn't activate. What? Why? Why didn't the world line change? Did the phone wave fail to function? I bring my own phone back to my ear. Kuris is still on the line. Well? Did you send it? Yes. Did it work? The discharge is occurring as normal. So it worked, right? Definitely. The word line didn't change. You mean it failed? Why? Consider the possibilities. Maybe the message wasn't enough to persuade Moeka to change models. Could we have sent it to the wrong date? It's July 31st, I'm sure of it. Check when the original email arrived. Maybe her reaction will change if the new one arrives just after that. What a pain. The pounding on the door has ceased. Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. Does she plan to climb out the window and loop around? But we're on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. I should still have some time left. Try sending different messages. If that doesn't work, I'll adjust the timer. Your lifesaver. What's going on there? Is Mr. Brown freaking out? I can hear him shouting from below. Hashida and Mayuri are trying to calm him down. But who knows how long that'll last? I don't think there's much time left. I put my phone into my pocket without hanging up. I changed the message and sent another email. But still nothing happens. I make another one. Send. No good. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside now, she'll probably just attack me. Which reminds me, she's been awfully quiet. What is she doing now? Maybe she really did go out the window. I look around. I don't see her anywhere. Think, why didn't the email work? I wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. It must be the adrenaline. What if Moeka changed addresses when she got a new phone? I take out my phone. Are you there? Still not working? I tried 2 more times, but nothing. I frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light. Wait. I take another good look at the phone. There's something wrong here. What is it? Okabe, what's wrong? Gaudy purple. Latest model. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. My eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. I saw this phone when Moeka sent her a D-mail, and many times before. She was never without it. It's the same. Nothing has changed. Nothing changed? Huh? What hasn't changed? Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her D-mail? Moeka's D-mail said don't change models. She should have a different phone when she sent it. But she didn't. It was the same phone I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with. No way. She lied to me. Moika's demail wasn't about her phone. That explains how it affected the IBN 5100. It also explains why my cancellation demails aren't working. That sneaky little... The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. I quickly move away from the door. The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp. She's crazy. I suppose I should be thankful she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moika again and wring the information out of her. Both Ferris and Lukaku remembered their demails. With prodding, Moika will remember too. I need that information. Crap. I don't want to go in there. My teeth are chattering. This is pathetic. I thought I'd won when I snatched her phone, but now my advantage is gone. Okabe? Okabe, answer me! What's that pounding? Are you okay? Moika's demail wasn't about a model exchange. What do you mean? She must have changed the text right before we sent it. That's why the cancellation mails aren't working. Did you check her history? It might still be there. Her arrival history. Of course, even if it's not in her sent history, it should still be in the arrival history. I glared the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moika didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the demail went. I should have thought of that. Checking now. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Moika's not a casual phone user. Her mailbox has literally hundreds of entries over the last week. Almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have time to search through each of these mails, even just the subject lines. Not to mention the pounding on the door is freaking me out. Christina, I seem to be in a spot of trouble. If I fail, I'm leaving the rest to you. Don't be ridiculous. If you're in trouble, then get out of... I hang up. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. But when she sees the magnitude of the door's damage, the lady opens her eyes in shock and runs back inside. Ich muss mal kurz... Ja, ich hatte schon wieder mal nicht kontrolliert, ob überhaupt der Sound aufgenommen wird, aber das wird gemacht, das ist gut. Gut, dass ich das jetzt mal gemacht habe. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Moika could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she's destroyed her own door. In any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I put the phones into my pockets and moved to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now. I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. Her screech raises hairs all over my body. She's standing in the entrance like a revenant at the gates of hell. I step back. My knees tremble. But then I remember what I'm here to do. I gather my resolve, enter the room and close the door behind me. Das Kaffeetischchen dürfte gar nicht mehr da sein. Or at least I try. The door is bent and won't fully close. I give up on locking it. Give it back! Moika glares at me, shaking with fury. First I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command, who would break her own door just to retrieve her phone. It's too dangerous to let her be. I'm stronger. I just need to get her on the ground. There's no time. It's now or never. Crushing my fear, I charge Moika at full speed. Our bodies collide. Moika tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. The back of her head hits the floor. Her resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent, ja, da möchte ich kurz sagen, bisschen Fallschule hat noch niemandem geschadet. I quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. Das klingt ganz falsch. Give it back! Moika flails her arms and legs wildly. Verdammt, verlese ich mich hier die ganze Zeit? Ich glaube, ich bin zu müde. I should have known she wouldn't give up. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Moika is weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. I start with her left. I grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. A fist flies toward my face. It pops against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. Ich fass es nicht. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hand claws weakly at the air. But it turns out that she was reaching for my hair. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free of my scalp. I get a grip on Moika's face and press her head against the floor. She tries to bite my fingers, so I pull my hand back. I grab the hand that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. But she still doesn't let go of my hair. All the while her feet are pounding against my back. She's also trying to free her left hand. I can't take much more of this. Why you? I instinctively headbutt Moika with all my strength. The sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Moika goes limp. An opening. Finally, I succeed at pinning down both her hands. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes give her an even more demented look. There's an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her. That hurt, you crazy bitch. She spits at me. The lukewarm saliva hits my face. Ugh. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Moika glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain. Eye contact. Good. We're making progress. Moika breaks eye contact when I mention it. She stares at my pocket. She must have caught a glimpse of purple. I'm not giving it back. I smile scornfully. I'm not letting you escape into your own little world again. You don't have that right. Give it back. Come and get it. Moika tries again to free her hands. I lean in harder to keep them pinned. My strength and position are superior, so Moika accomplishes nothing. Next, she struggles to free her body. Same result. I clamp my thighs firmly around her hips and hold her down. She occasionally knees me in the back, but I can bear that pain. It's not enough to make me forfeit this position. Ich muss jetzt zugeben, ich bin ja mehr oder weniger trainierter Kampfkünstler. Unter anderem haben wir sehr viel Bodenkampf und Ringkampf. Und ich möchte kurz sagen, wenn man auf der Hüfte von jemandem sitzt oder die eigenen Beine an der Hüfte positioniert und man kriegt ein Knie in den Rücken, das ist sowas von egal. Davon merkst du nicht viel, weil aus der Position hast du einfach nicht die Wucht. Allerdings wette ich, man könnte OKB auf eine ganz andere Art erledigen, wenn man einfach nur beweglich genug ist. Aber gut, das ist eine andere Geschichte. I can keep this up as long as I have to. Who's going to tire out first? Moika, without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm on top. I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned. Why did you take it? Give it back! Give it back! Keep screaming. She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position. I don't care about your phone issues. I don't care about FB. Moika shakes her head violently. She's just wasting her energy. I maintain position and stare down at Moika. You don't kill her on this world line, and the world lines where you did have already been erased. But I remember everything you did, everything that never happened. I'll never forget that you killed Mayuri, and I'll never forgive you. So there's no escape for you today. We're gonna stay here as long as it takes. Until now, I've always run away from facing Moika. But I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her email said. So let's be honest with each other, huh? Moika's still struggling. Give it back! Give it back! Ich hoffe, ihr verzeiht, dass ich nicht so kreische, aber das kriege ich auch nicht überzeugend hin. Give it back! I'll kill you! I'll fucking kill you! Let me go! I'll tear your fucking eyes out! So you can talk without your phone. I'm impressed. You piece of shit! I'll get you with a kitchen knife! I'm a mad scientist. Dissection is my specialty. Die! Die! Help! I'm being raped! This woman's out of control. Does she want another headbutt that badly? A knock sounds from the door. Moika and I both look at the door in surprise. Hello? This is Nishida from next door. Is everything okay? Do you need the police? If not, then could you please keep it down? The walls here are pretty thin. Damn, I didn't think about that. I can't have her calling the police. He's going to kill me! Moika suddenly screams. No, stop it! Don't kill me! You bitch! What now? I need to silence Moika somehow. But I can't use either hand. There's only one way. Call the pol... I suddenly press my lips against Moika's. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. I lock eyes with her as well, trading glares in silence. Kids these days. I finally hear the neighbor's footsteps recede. What a relief. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Moika's neck. She bit me. When I feel around my lip with the tip of my tongue, the taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moika breathes wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes. Don't act like it's your first time. You're older than me, remember? She grimaces and looks away. Her pink lips glisten with saliva. I might find the sight alluring if the situation were different. Moika turns her face away and looks up, through the open curtains at the bright full moon outside the window. How much time has passed? It feels like it's already been dozens of hours. But it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moika hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. What is she looking at? I follow her gaze, but the only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Maybe it's the stress, but it feels like my body is going numb. And I've been drenched in sweat for a while now. This room has no air conditioning whatsoever. The heat is starting to get to me. I thought I had an overwhelming advantage in this position, but it's harder to maintain than I expected. Not only do I have to keep Moeka pinned, I also have to keep a close eye on her so she doesn't try anything. All Moeka has to do is lie there. She can rest and try again whenever she's ready. Will this last all night? At this rate, my strength might give out first. Fear mounts. If she escapes, she's going to try to kill me. She must have her gun somewhere, I'm sure. I consider calling Kurisu for help, but I can't use either hand and I don't even know what time it is. Damn, it's almost like I'm the one trapped. No, stay positive. You can do this. Moeka's dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later her will to resist should collapse. It's a matter of whose strength will fail first. Suddenly Moeka calls my name. What do I have to do? Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's given up? This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill. Do you remember sending a D-mail? A D... what? D-mail. An email that you sent to the past. You sent one to your own phone. You led me to think it was about a phone model exchange, but you changed the text before you sent it. Her typing speed is lightning fast. It would have been easy for her to type a mere 36 characters while Daru and I were preoccupied with a phone wave. Name subject to change. Your D-mail changed the past. Don't you remember? Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should be possible to make Moeka remember, just as Ferris and Lukaku did. I don't know. You do know, you just haven't remembered yet. Remember, or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka. I have another plan to make her remember. Moeka turns away again and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, never once taking my eyes off her. I didn't notice before now, but her shirt must have become undone during the struggle. I can see the alluring curves of her collarbone, the skin of her large pale breasts, a hint of sexy underwear. Her breasts have a heave with each painful breath. The base of her neck is stained with the blood from my lip. It's dry, like a scab. Normally, Moeka could be mistaken for an elegant, beautiful woman. But now she has large shadows under her eyes, her skin is rough, her face is pale. She looks more intoxicated than intoxicating. Her entire body reeks of death. She's clearly insane. This is the real Moeka. I wish I'd realized sooner. I really don't know. If I could remember, I would. But I don't remember anything. Moika's gaze shifts constantly, from me to the ceiling and then to the window. But her slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Just a little more and her resistance will end. Fine, I'll change the question. You received a strange email about 2 weeks ago. It came from your own number and was dated several days in the future. Moika's eyes open wide. Gotcha. You remember? Good. That was the D-mail. What did it say? If I tell you, I'll return your phone. Fuck you. She suddenly curses at me. I won't tell you. Why not? It's my mission. Her mission? I recall what Moeka told me on a previous world line. The Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. In that case, the IBN 5100. She fell into my trap. Her reflexive response was all I needed to see. It was about the IBN 5100. How much do you know? I'm asking the questions here. Just answer. I can't. I won't betray FB. So you're choosing FB over your phone? How loyal. But Maire's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moika still hasn't calmed down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. She's not trying to escape my restraint, she's just twisting her body. Licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. If she won't talk now, then I'll just wait until she will. Is it really that painful to not have your phone? Why are you so dependent on it? I can't talk to people. You're talking right now, aren't you? When she attacked the lab, she was leading a squad of hardened killers. But Moika shakes her head violently. If I can't use mail, then I'll be cut off from the world.
世界だと孤独な女を気取っているつもりか。お前が恐れているのはラウンダーから見捨てられることだろう。
What? Are you fishing for sympathy? You're just afraid of being abandoned by the rounders, aren't you?
違う。ラウンダーじゃなくて FB から見捨てられること。
No, not the rounders. FB. That's the same thing, isn't it?
だったら世界などと言うな。何の罪もない女の子を容赦なく殺した分際でマユリを世界から断絶させた分際で。
Then don't say the world. You're the one who killed an innocent girl. You're the one who erased Mairi from the world.
殺してない。
I didn't kill her.
そう、この世界線ではな。だが別の世界線においては、お前はラウンダーとして俺たちのタイムマシンを奪おうとした。その時に殺したマユリを。
Not on this world line, maybe, but on another world line you came to steal our time machine. You killed her. You killed Mayuri. On the world line where I interrogated Moika, she told me that Mayuri was expendable. It didn't matter to CERN whether she lived or died.
FB の指示なら殺したと思う。絶対に。
If FB told me to, then yes, I killed her.
FB とは何者だ。一体どこにいる。
Who is FB? Where the hell is he? I asked her the same question back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have backup this time. Moika's position in the rounders has changed. I can't tell you.
ならばいいことを教えてやる。
Then let me tell you something.
いいか。お前は今俺に捕まっている状況だが、助けを期待しているのなら無駄だ。
Listen good. If you're holding out for backup, you can forget it.
どうせ誰も助けに来ない。お前は絶望に打ちひしがれたまま4日後に自殺する。
Nobody's coming to save you. The pain and despair are just going to get worse, and in 4 days, you'll kill yourself. Moika seems startled by this. I go in for the kill.
俺は5日後から来た。セルンが欲しがるタイムマシンを使ってな。だから知っている。
I came here from the future using the time machine CERN wants so badly. That's how I know.
お前はこの部屋で一人孤独に自分を殺すんだ。
You killed yourself in this room, all alone.
お前の大好きな FB はお前を助けない。ラウンダーもセルも300人委員会もだ。
Your precious FB doesn't save you. No one does. Not the Rounders, not CERN, and not the Committee of 300.
どれだけメールしても上司からの連絡はないんだろう。それはなぜだ。
Your boss hasn't replied to your mails, has he? You know why?
もう見捨てられているんだよ。
Because you've been abandoned. Moika's face contorts in despair. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know that I'm causing this woman pain. Inside of me, a voice whispers that it's nothing compared to what she did to Mayuri, that I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. But at the same time, my conscience screams that it's wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they've done. Insane mad scientist my ass, I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite.
FB をかばう必要はない。だから全て話せ。
FB doesn't deserve your loyalty. Tell me everything. I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder. But Moika shakes her head violently. FB wouldn't betray me. FB wouldn't abandon me.
だったらなぜお前は4日後に自殺すると思う？
Then why do you kill yourself in 4 days? You kill me and make it look like suicide.
俺はそんなヘマはしない。俺ならお前を殺した後でタイムリープする。お前の死はなかったことにできる。
I wouldn't need to cover it up if I killed you. I'd just undo your death with my time machine.
FB から返事が来ないと言ってこの部屋で死んだような顔をしていたのはどこのドイツだ？
When I got here, you were sitting in the corner like a limp rag, crying about how FB wouldn't answer. Remember? Es gibt gerade eine Nachricht. FB, Facebook. Nein, tatsächlich nicht. Das steht für was anderes. Das kommt aber auch noch in der Story. But...
もう何日来ていない。FB からの連絡は普段はどのくらいの頻度で来ていて、いつから来なくなった？
How many days has it been? How often did FB contact you before, and when did it stop? I keep the questions coming. Need to pile on the pressure. It used to be every day. But it's already been 10 days.
10日も連絡が来ていない。そうだな。
10 days with no contact, correct? Moika looks up to me with pleading eyes. I won't betray FB.
お前は裏切られたんだよ。
FB betrayed you. I believe in FB.
お前は切り捨てられた。
He threw you away.
利用されるだけされてな。もう用済みということだ。
FB used you and now your usefulness has ended. Oh, ich kriege tatsächlich eine Nachricht auf Englisch. How many extra finals does this game have? Well, wait. There are 3 finals for just basically quitting at some point in the story. Then there's one default ending. Then there's one ending that's basically what we're going for. Or basically that is the one that you get when you were on the way to the true ending but didn't completely finish every task on the way. And then there's the possibility that you got all things right. And then you get to the true ending, which is basically just... Well, every ending is basically another chapter at the end. Some a bit longer, some a bit shorter. So, in the end, there's 5 to 6, because especially the 5th one is just a shortened version of the 6th one, basically without this extra chapter at the end. So. FB isn't like that. Then what sort of person was he? She was gentle to me, like a mother.
私はやっと心地いい居場所。
I finally had a place I belonged. Like a mother? FB is a woman? I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in the movies, but I guess I was wrong.
悩みを相談したり、いつもすぐに返事くれた。
I talked to her about my worries. She's always replied right away.
友達みたいで、でも包み込む優しさがあって。
Like a friend, but gentle, accepting.
会ったことは
Have you met her? Moika shakes her head weakly.
会ったことがない。お母さんみたいで、友達みたいで、お前にとって心地いい居場所だったのに。
You haven't met, even though she's like your mother, your friend? Damn, if they had met, then I could have gotten Moika to lead me to her.
ラウンダーは互いの正体隠すのがルールで。
Rounders must hide their identities from one another.
連絡は取り合っていたのに、一度も会ったことはない。確かに会うのはルール違反かもな。だがお前は FB が好きで会ってみたかった。違うか。
So you've talked, but you've never met. But you must have wanted to meet her, right? Even if it was against the rules.
違うよ。
No, no!
会ったら幻滅される。だから会いたいなんて思わない。
It would ruin everything if she saw the real me.
会いたいと言われたことは
Did she ever say she wanted to meet you?
一度もないし、言ったことも。
No, never. And I never asked.
その様子だと電話もしたことがないな。
So no phone calls either then? Moika turns away. Then she nods faintly.
避けられているとは思わなかったのか。
Didn't you wonder why?
そこまで親身になってくれた優しい女上司がお前に会おうとしない理由は本当にルールだけか。
Why would such a kind, gentle woman refuse to meet you in person? Was it really just the rules? Übrigens, ich gehe nochmal kurz auf den Kommentar ein. Well, it's quite hard to get to the true ending, and I'm also using a guide because you have to basically answer a lot of mails in the correct way, and you typically don't get to the true ending if you don't know how. You don't even get to the, let's say, good ending before the true ending, typically, because you need to answer, I think, 3 or 4 mails in a row in the right way, and it's not easy. So, zurück zum Spiel.
そしてなぜ連絡をよこさない理由を考えてみる。
And why isn't she returning your emails now? Think about it.
振り込め詐欺と同じだ。お前は騙されていたんだ。
She was using you. You were tricked.
FB を悪く言わないで。そんな人じゃない。
Don't say that. She's not like that.
連絡が途絶える前、最後のメールはどんな内容だった？
What did her last email say before she stopped contacting you?
IBN5100 を指定場所に置いておけ。
Leave the IBN 5100 at the designated location. The IBN 5100? Moika, you fool, you let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told her to leave the IBN 5100 at a drop point. That means she already had it in her possession at that time. I recall how Moika kept bombarding me with questions about the IBM 5100. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at Yanabayashi Shrine. After that, she sent her D-mail. The word line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine's storehouse door. The IBM 5100 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBM 5100. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moika. If only I had seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter. But I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face. Ich gehe nochmal kurz auf den Kommentar hier an. You have to make to be able to release the true ending. Well, that's similar to, for example, the Zero Escape series. There you also have, especially in the first one, you have to get to a certain dead end to be able to get to the true ending. But that's something that's typical for this series. You just, even in the second and third part, you also have very, very distinct endings that you can only get when you have seen other endings. But I kind of like that. It's definitely confusing, but I like it. So, back to Moika. Jetzt fange ich schon auf Englisch zu reden, auch wenn nur... Ich würde mal am Namen schätzen wahrscheinlich... Ist das Spanisch? Ich weiß es nicht. Naja, zurück. Ich glaube, dass jetzt mein Deutsch auch nicht unbedingt verstanden wird von diesem Zuschauer. Aber ich habe mal Live-Zuschauer, das ist selten. So. What was the designated location? The coin locker in front of Daibiru. The coin locker in front of Daibiru. Wait, isn't that where Lukaku had the IBM 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBM 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with Lukaku. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBM 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moika's D-mail. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. Moika starts crying softly. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moika's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. I take Moika's phone out of my pocket. Oh, wir haben eine Mail. Assisted. Oh, kann sogar sein, dass das jetzt noch fürs True Ending nötig ist. Das sollte ich dann auch machen. Yep, da müssen wir auch was wählen. Contact me, idiot. Is everything alright? What happened with that Kiryu lady? At least let me know if you're still alive. Don't say anything stupid like you're dead, okay? Please just reply. Even an email will do it. I'm so worried I can't even eat. Jetzt müssen wir worried auswählen. Don't worry, I won't die. Not until I've fulfilled my promise to go to Aomori with you. Und das ist jetzt eben eine Sache, bei der nochmal wirklich auf was Früheres angespielt wird, weil ich glaube, ihr Vater lebt in Aomori und er sagte, er begleitet sie auf dem Weg zu ihm. So. I'm using your phone. Moika slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. I open Moika's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. 3 mails from Moika's own phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 4th and retrieved on July 31st. Retro PCs at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as I suspected, Moika changed her D-mail in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail. You're at the lab? Don't worry me like that, idiot. What, were you worried about me? I mean, you set off an obvious death flag. I'm surprised you're still alive. Where are you now? I'm standing by at the lab. Set up the machine. I'm sending another D-mail. Destination? July 31st, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on the 31st. While Kurisu calculates the hours, I type the mail. Do not go. Not at shrine, it's a trap. It says do not go, not at shrine, it's a trap. I addressed the mail to the phone wave, name subject to change. Okay, all set. Alright, activated. Activated. Press the send button. The mail starts sending. Reading Steiner should activate. This time for sure. I brace myself for the incoming vertigo. Well? Nothing. Why won't it change? Another mistake? No, there's no way. I know what Moika's message said. This D-mail should have cancelled it. Why isn't it working? What the hell's wrong this time? What did the first D-mail say? That the IBN 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. I tried to cancel it by telling her it's a trap, but it didn't work. I'll try to phrase it differently. Wait, we went through this with the Lotus 6 experiment, remember? The Lotus 6 experiment. I sent myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Lukaku. The person who reads the email chooses whether or not to act accordingly. Kiryu learned that the IBN 5100 was at the shrine. Though the cancellation mail came right afterward, I guess she ignored it and went anyway. Maybe she didn't believe the cancellation mail. Or maybe she was so diligent she decided to check it out even when told not to. I glance at Moika. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening. Damn, even when told it was too risky to go to the shrine, she went anyway.
神社に行くのを禁止させるぐらいの。
We need a more persuasive message. Something that will prevent her from going to the shrine.
どうやって？
Like what? That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Or should we consider other possibilities?
例えば7月30日のお礼と D メールを送り、先に IBN5100 を回収させるという方法は。
What if I send a D-mail to myself on July 30th? Could I beat her to the IBN 5100?
その日のあんたは IBN5100 に興味があったのか？
Were you even interested in the IBN 5100 then? When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? I can't remember. Fine, that's out. So how do I convince Moika to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials.
FB だ。
FB.
何？
What?
萌香の上司、依存の対象。FB からのメールなら無条件で信じるはず。
Moika's handler. She's obsessed with FB. If the mail comes from FB, she'll do whatever it says.
その FB とかいう人の携帯持ってるの？
Do you have FB's phone?
いいや。会ったことさえない。どこにいるかもわからない。
No, they haven't even met. We don't know where FB is.
話にならない。
Then there's nothing we can do.
少し時間をくれ。
Give me a little time.
また待たせるのか？私はずっとラボに泊まり込んでるからいいけど。
Gonna make me wait again? Well, I've been pulling all-nighters recently, so whatever.
あんまり無茶しないでね。
Just don't do anything stupid, okay? So even after prying answers out to Moika, there's still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this world line I need FB's identity and location. I call Moika's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone onto her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression.
FB を探すことになった。
Looks like we're searching for FB now. Moika grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can.
お前はどういう経緯でラウンダーに？
How exactly did you become a rounder? Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed Mayuri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moika retrieves her glasses and puts them back on.
4年前死のうとしてた。
4 years ago, I tried to kill myself. Her voice is a barely audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail.
何の希望も持てなくて、何もかもが嫌になって。
I had no hope. I wanted to get away from everything.
原因は？
Why?
特にこれっていうのは。
No big reason. Her expression is blank, lifeless like always. But behind her glasses, her eyes are red from crying. They are the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face.
でも小さなことがたくさん
Little,
重なって
oh, little things. Lots of little things piled up.
もともとこんな性格だし。
I've always been like this.
家族は？
And your family? Moika shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter.
自分の部屋で睡眠薬大量に飲んで。
I locked myself in my room and overdosed on sleeping pills.
でも死ぬのを失敗して。
But I didn't die.
そこにメールが。
Afterwards, I got a mail.
ラウンダー募集って 人宛てじゃなくて一斉送信の
Recruiting rounders, it said. It was sent to hundreds of people, not just me. Isn't that spam? Do the rounders really recruit like that?
私はどうでもよくなってた。だから気づいたら返信してた。
Nothing mattered anymore, so on a whim, I replied.
そしたら連絡が来たの。FP から。
And then, FB contacted me.
それからずっと FB の指示に従ってた。
Ever since, I've followed FB's orders.
ずっとこの秋葉に
Were you always stationed in Akiba? Moika shakes her head.
3ヶ月前まで名古屋。その前は横浜。その前は
Until 3 months ago, I was in Nagoya. Before that, Yokohama. Before that? The Rounder's chief duty is to acquire IBN 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan, digging up info on retro PCs.
これまでに IBN5100 をいくつ見つけた
How many IBN 5100s have you found so far?
一台も
Not even one. No results? It sounds like CERN is spending a lot of effort for not much return. I sigh deeply once again.
お前はこの後どうするつもりだただ絶望に打ちひしがれて予定通り自殺するか
So what now? Are you going to sit here, wallowing in despair until you kill yourself 4 days from now?
抗おうとは思わないのか
Or do you want to rebel against fate?
抗う
Rebel? Even if as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This worldline has already approved her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I know that, and yet I ask the question.
FB はお前を利用し見捨てたそれを認めろその上で FB に対してどうしたいと考えているんだ
FB used you and threw you away. Accept it, and then ask yourself what you're going to do about it. Moika looks down.
利用されていたとしても
Even if FB did use me,
私の居場所そこしかなかったから
that was the only place I belonged.
初めてだった生きてきた中で自分が必要とされたこと
That was the first time in my entire life that I was needed.
FB が居場所を与えてくれたの私に
FB gave me purpose.
その居場所を守るためなら生きがいを与えてくれた FB を守るためなら
To protect that purpose. To protect FB.
何だってする
I would do anything.
お前は救いようのないバカだ
You're beyond hope. I stand up.
だったら依存したまま死んでいけお前の死は確定している
Drown in your dependence for all I care. Your death has already been decided.
だが俺は世界の思い通りになっていいとは思わないだから徹底的に抗う
But I won't let I won't let fate have its way. I'm rebelling to the end. No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. Und ich würde sagen, hier mache ich jetzt einen Schnitt. Und da haben wir jetzt ja eine interessante Folge gehabt, wenn man mich fragt. Also, wir haben einiges so ein bisschen über, was heißt einiges? Wir haben ein bisschen was über Moekas Vergangenheit gehört, dass sie wohl, oder beziehungsweise auch über die Rounders, zumindest, dass die Rounders wohl Leute rekrutieren, die gescheiterte Selbstmörder sind. Also wirklich Leute, die nichts haben in der Regel. Und Moeka gehörte halt dazu. Und ja, wie sich das noch entwickeln wird, das ist eine gute Frage. Aber ich mache dann jetzt hier erstmal einen Schnitt. Und ja, interessant. Richtige Interaktion mit einem Zuschauer, auch wenn dieser Zuschauer augenscheinlich nicht mal Deutsch verstand. Also zumindest die Kommentare waren auf Englisch. Habe mich ein bisschen drüber gewundert. Aber okay. Ich frage mich vor allem, warum klickt man auf ein Video, das unter anderem einen deutschen Titel hat? Ich meine, ja, die Folge heißt halt Unschöne Möglichkeiten. Das sieht jetzt, also ich glaube, da könnte jetzt einer vielleicht nicht unbedingt sagen, ob das ein deutsches oder ein schwedisches Wort ist, aber trotzdem, es ist weder Englisch noch Spanisch. Also ich glaube mal, dass es Spanisch ist. Was steht da? Ich habe keine Ahnung, wie man einige dieser Worte ausspricht. Aber ihr könnt, glaube ich, den Live-Chat anmachen. Dann seht ihr es. Aber genug davon. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß, das konstruktive Kritik da, vielleicht ein Däumchen nach oben. Und wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Folge wieder, wenn es wieder heißt Let's Play Steins Gate. Bis dahin, Cheerio!